Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Nataliya with you, Lovecraftforever. And today's video is gonna be for cross-stitching lovers. We are working, if you remember my unpacking from Fansells, they have now this beautiful lots and lots of images with the company Joy Sunday, and that's the image how it's look on a preview. It's a 14 count and I stitch in 2 threads, 34 by 34 centimeters, and here is the number if you wish to order. Well, it's actually will be link under the video number. I don't know if this is going to be same number to find on a website or not, but it's called Fruit Disc Tomato. And yes, I knew from beginning I'm gonna like this because it's a Joy Sunday, and I asked them to bring to the store Joy Sunday, so finally they did. And I created a little bit for you of the test to show you how this image look like, because if we remember from the previous video of this roses, they were not good canvas, and that was canvas from a different brand. So here I'm gonna show you what I did. I stitched for about maybe 2.5 days, and that's what I have so far. My tomato, look how juicy that look like. It is so gorgeous. I already work in here, like I have to a few stitches left in here, few in here, but main fruit kind of done already. This is a little bit symbols in here, that's already peas in here on the bottom. If we look in here on the picture, just a minute, like this maybe, okay, where we are, see, that's already peas. I kind of started a little bit in here on the bottom, and in here that's leaves, that's olives leaves coming out in here. So I want to point it out just a few things so you know better when you receive and you're gonna start work on it. Now the symbols in here, I'm using symbols in here on the bottom. Also, if I don't understand something, I look symbols in here. Now symbols in here and symbols in here are different. I already mentioned this in my unboxing video. The symbols are different, and for example, I will start with you work a little bit later. If I have a symbols here in colors, okay, this turquoise colors in here, if we look, it's gonna be our symbol 14. No, hold on, 12, 13, yeah, this is 14. Sometimes it's hard to see like this, see, like it's kind of difficult to see on a canvas either because of the squares. So if I recognize, okay, this is 11, 12, 13, 14, I see that this is 14. But sometimes it could be a little bit different. For example, in here, the circles that in the mix in here, they could look kind of similar. So you have to be careful with this kind. And better way not to look as a circle, it's a 16 and 17. You go to this pattern, okay, and you look in here 16 and 17, and that's a F and G. So this kind of symbol better to follow by this in here. Just look where they are, and then kind of like you recognize the color better this way. Now also in here I almost made mistake, and I want to warn you about this symbol in here, symbol number 1. Okay, this one, you see it's kind of like check mark upside down. Okay, here's the symbol, and then we have in here another symbol, black, that goes sideways, dark blue that go down as well. We have a red one that goes as well. But what's more tricky, I have exactly same symbol in here, but I have to turn canvas to look proper way numbers. So this blue arrow will be sideways, and this blue arrow is down way, like the point, I mean, whatever you call it. I say it's down because I'm looking on the wider side and the bottom. So you have to really careful investigate your symbols first before you make any mistake. And that's really important, because I was working on a tomato with this symbol number 1, right, with this one, and then I have a thread left on my needle. I thought, okay, I don't want to put away, so I'm just gonna finish my thread. So I found a symbol, I see the little arrow in here, those symbols in here, kind of hard to see right now on the camera, and I almost start to stitch. I actually did one stitch, and then I realized my arrow point in different way, and the color shouldn't be orange, so it should be like blue because it's black olives. And then I look and I realize that I have exactly same symbol if I look straight like this on a canvas, right? And in here, look, point the same way. So make sure you flip this, and the symbol gonna be already sideways. Now this symbol and this symbol, same colors, and then I have a dot in here. The kind of, it's hard to see them on a little tiny squares because it's a 14 count. On 11 count, usually it's better to recognize those symbols, and especially like in here, when it's lots of them, we have a number with 13. So you know all these purple colors, it's 13, but not too many numbers in here. So yeah, investigate first what easy to follow. If you cannot recognize in here what the symbol is, always go into your print and just look where those symbols go, so you can recognize what that is, like, not to make a mistake. But other than that, it's really easy to follow, trust me. Now one more thing I want to tell you, that I started, like, I like to stitch with the long thread, and with long thread. So I pull out, for example, just for example, I'm gonna show you. So I will work with you on those turquoise, and that's a 14. So let me just find it. Okay, I'm gonna pull out this 14. I did not work on it yet. So what I did first, see, this is like, it's a long thread. I think it's a meter long, the way they cut, and I like to work with long threads. So first I started my very first thread, just a minute. Okay, so I separated my two threads, okay, and I pulled two threads to start cross stitching. And when I did, the thread is really long, so time from time when you go through tough canvas as a 14 count, your thread will go through the hole so many times and keep rubbing off, and on the end, almost to the end of the thread, I got, let me find a spot, it was something yellow color, you know, it's barely visible. I think it's in here somewhere. The threads start to kind of fluffen up a little bit. I don't think you even see now, or maybe it's in here. I can't recognize right now, but it still looks good. But I find out for myself now, after I did my first two threads, now what I do, I pull out only one thread, I just hold them like this and pull one thread away from this bunch. Okay, now this I can put away, and it's easy for me to work now with. It's a shorter, more change threads, but it's so much easier, and your threads stay perfectly fine to the very end. How I do it, I did a tutorial before in my previous cross stitching, but I'm gonna show you right now. I put my two ends together. Okay, where's my needle? In here somewhere. Okay, I use my needle threader that my lovely subscriber Jamie sent it to me. Okay, this is kind of like a little tutorial for those who didn't see my cross stitch video yet. Now I'm holding these two threads, and this side is the one that is folded in half, and I hold in my fingers like this. I press it, and then I pull my needle or my thread all the way to the almost end. See, that's my hoop left. Now grab my hoop like this and put needle through it. I pull it, and it create a little knot in here, but now my needle not gonna lose if it's fall off my hand, and I can cross stitch all the way to this, like to this point, as much as needle can reach. That's when I stop to stitch. So I have a waste very tiny bit of threads, instead of this thing is hanging here is fold in half, and it would be waste more. So I'm really like barely have any waste of threads the way I stitch, and that's easy. So now I'm just gonna, like, you know, use this end to secure into my canvas, and that's it. That's how I'm gonna stitch. So that's the few things I wanted to point it out for you, just for in case, you know, just to warn you about what's the best way to stitch, not to have your threads fluffy. It's better to stitch this way, just one thread at a time, fold it in half, instead of two threads and gonna be longer thread, but it's more will be fluffy to the end and maybe even break. Other than that, it's beautiful. Now, as I expected, the colors picked in here, it's gorgeous. Now, how many colors we have in here? Let me remind you. It's a 30. We have a 38 colors in here. This tomato looks so juicy, so sunshiny. It feels like, you know, I'm on my mom's field. When I used to pick tomatoes, and when the sun hit, and this points, you know, when it's still kind of not red all the way through tomato, and some points green, some is like almost like highlighted. The way it's in here, highlight made, what is like a 1, 2, 3, 4 colors or something, just to create this highlight. Gorgeous. Now this shading in here to create the depth of the pit, or how we call it that. Yeah, I think in here we start, if you can see those tiny lines, that's where it's going to be back stitching. I don't think there's any back stitching. Let me just check on this. No, yeah, that's the only back stitching going to be when we're going to get those veins in here curled up. On tomato itself, we don't have any back stitching. So when I finish this background in here, then we can create some back stitching. But I think if you are creative and if you want a little bit definition, you can get slight different shade and just backstitch around if you want to. It's beautiful the way it is. I'm so happy with the shading, the way they created this cross stitch looks gorgeous. Now I just literally cannot wait to create another part, which is peas. That's what I'm going for. Here's the bottle of olive oil, I would think. So I will go after with this blue colors in here, which is turquoise on the canvas. Looks like a blue on the camera, because it's a big patches, so maybe we can cross stitch a little bit together with you. And really fun to work on this one, because I see the colors, how they blend nicely together and look so juicy. The tomatoes so look juicy, so sunny, make me smile. It's really awesome canvas. So if you didn't see yet Fansells' new product, and I didn't been there for a week or so, I have to check it out, see, because they told me they will bring another maybe like 400 products, so check them out. And all this new one, they are like, I assume they all Joy Sunday. I'm not sure. I have to ask them. I'm not sure. I did told them to put in description box that is Joy Sundays, so everybody know, because we probably every cross stitcher know Joy Sunday. So if they put in the description, we already automatically know that they are good canvases. Maybe time from time could be something that is some error and not good enough, but I think most of their canvases are good. Now the other day I went, now we're gonna switch subject to diamond painting. I went to the Mandarin for dinner. They renovated the restaurant. It's still kind of don't have a buffet. If you know what kind of restaurant Mandarin, if you have Mandarin in your country. I know in USA, I think you don't have it. It's probably only in Canada maybe. And they did renovation. Used to be for this past summer year was only takeout. Now they open door to restaurant, and tables kind of far away from each other, and it's no buffet. You order from menu what you want to eat, and they bring it to your table. But since I step in this restaurant, I post my picture on Instagram. When I step in the restaurant, I thought my heart gonna drop. I saw this wall. Do you know what that means? If you're watching all my videos about diamond painting, that branch is literally everywhere I go now. And when I saw this branch, I'm talking right now, my skin getting goosebumps. There's something about this that I see now everywhere. And I even talked to our favorite waiter up there. I say, I cannot believe it. You actually have this branch in here that I'm working on, and diamond painting. Try to explain to him what diamond painting is. But the wall is beautiful. This tree up there hanging a little bit, you just see it's like a flowers on the ceiling, big tree in the middle of the restaurant. But this wall is just knock me down. I cannot believe it that I saw the branch again is following me everywhere I go. Now get back to cross stitching, and let me set up camera. We'll try to show you how I stitch. And by the way, I'm gonna show you like right now, because later you're not gonna see it. I have I'm gonna lift the tripod together with you. So I have on my desk this a foam in here, you know, that I kind of supporting myself, this foam tiles. It's better to work on it on this one because it's soft, and this is just on the top lane. So when I do my cross stitching, I don't have a hoop holder. So what I do, I put under this like this, and it stays like this, right? I brought from the outdoor my table from backpack, so I put my lamp on a magnifier, so it's pointing in here, And I think I'm gonna put my camera in here somewhere as well, maybe on the floor. And that's it, that's how it stays. So I can use my one hand under, one on the top, just make sure I don't get a knots underneath. And that's how I cross stitch for now. Look how beautiful from far. Oh, love it, love it. And to show you close my stitches, maybe they are not perfect, but I think it's not bad. With this threads, it looks good. Looks good. Yep, love it. So would you like to stitch with me? Let's try it this way. I put my tripod actually on a desk because didn't work for me from the side way. And I'm gonna work, this is kind of like a side edge of the bottle, and that's what I'm gonna work right now. So you kind of watching this like a upside down to you, but you don't have to watch, you just listen and do your own cross stitching maybe together with me. So I didn't start to show you how I started my thread, because I already have lots of video tutorials how I start my thread, how I secure, and there's a few different ways, and I did that video. Just look into my playlist if you are beginner. I just literally, like this time, I just wave on the back, like, you know, 1 and 2 through those plaids, and that's it. And that's how I secure my thread on the back, and it doesn't go nowhere. Okay, finally last night I did my nails, and it's so chubby. You see, I cut them short, put the red nail polish, and I put holographic foil in it, and yeah, so that's it. That's what I'm gonna do, because I was gonna do long nails like an almond shape, but with short nails I did purposely short so I can cross stitch faster. With long nails it's not comfortable to cross stitch at all. It's on my way, kinda, and it's on your way. I'm covering stitches with long nails, so this time purposely did short so I can record more video for you of the cross stitching, and it's more comfortable for you to watch. I don't like short nails, but definitely comfortable around the house to do stuff. Now, since I already tested out this one cross stitching, I'm thinking if I should test the other one or not, but most of you wanted to see this canvas. Not many of you like the little flower branch apple blossom, which I think it will be beautiful as well. If you want me to at least test it out, if some of you want to order and you don't know if you will like it or not, I can do a little test for you somewhere, like at least one flower or something, or you know, like I did in here, this one tomato, which I was like, oh, I want to go cross-country stitching everywhere, but I stick to tomato, and I actually did good without, well, I put few when I already like finished tomato stitches, and I have a few of the like more thread left on my needle, then I go at the side and finish them. Sometimes I just put thread back on my organizer. Yeah, I really wanted to see how tomato gonna look like, and it's look juicy and gorgeous. As you can see, I'm still stitching with one hand. When I was camping, I was practicing to work with two hands, and I'm gonna try it right now. But because of the thread kind of a little bit longer, so I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but let's try it. So usually what I do, I hold my thread in here, right in my hand, so when I pull it, I know for sure it's not gonna get tangled. Then I kind of press on my canvas to easy find where is my needle. Then I grab with my left hand, which is so not my working, and now I'm holding a thread in here underneath with my right hand. Make sure it goes smoothly all the way to the back, and then with left hand go down, and right hand picking my needle. This one automatically hold thread again. So after practicing for I think one day I was practicing, I managed to kind of get a little bit more comfortable. With long thread it's not very comfortable to do that. It's more better with two hands when you have short thread. And now I can find a hole. Because I have in here this knot now in here, right? So it go a little bit harder through the tiny hole of 14 count with those little pokey noises. I hope you don't mind. See how it's go kind of a little bit harder, but that not breaking to the end till I finish stitching, and waste of the thread is really minimum, and I like this way. And very often my hand kind of get tangled and my needle like fall off my hand, and I know for sure that I'm not gonna lose my needle on the floor somewhere because I have a dog and a cat. So that way I kind of secure myself more to be safe with the animals in the house. It's a little bit tricky to learn with two hands, but I think the more I will practice, the more my left hand gonna be handy. Oh my god, I can't even hold the needle. It's so not comfortable to be working with left hand. But your stitches will layer in this way a little bit better because you hold in a thread. Since you put your needle down, you hold the thread to the end, so it goes smoothly in here. So that's what I'm kind of practicing a little bit of stitch with two hands, and this way is much faster. So now I kind of understand how other cross stitch ladies stitch so fast, because they work with two hands instead of with one. And plus, when you work only with one hand and long thread, your shoulder gonna get sore after a while, your back gonna get a little bit achy. And this one you involve two hands, so you kind of like spread it out, work a little bit more equally on your body. When I have a short distance from one patch to another, I just do it. If I have a little bit longer, for example, if I would do from here to here, I would go on another side and wave my needle to get to the point, so I don't have a hanging thread on the back. Lately, I'm staying like every day to 2 o'clock in the morning, even later. And of course, now with kids going to school, I need to get up earlier. But last year, I was like getting up myself at 7 o'clock in the morning to get Catherine ready for school for 9. No, my son was even earlier, was starting school, so I need to get him first, make sure he's up. Now I get up at 8 o'clock. No, not 8. What I'm talking about. Yeah, because 8:50 she's supposed to be at school, so a little bit more after 7. But Ivan, my son, is going to school like 1 week 2 days because of the virus, and 1 week 3 days, and the rest of the days they doing online classes. And now it has been twice already we've received email in 1 week that second person now tested with the coronavirus, and that is a scary stuff. So we have, you know, Ham and Catherine go to different schools because he's in high school right now. So his school already, school year just started, and already 2 students reported sick. But they say if your son did not receive personal call from health department, then you are safe. Well, how you can be safe is people getting more and more sick. So we call today to the school boarder and we take him after school. He's gonna be only online classes. Now about Catherine, I don't know yet. No reports in her school yet. It's very scary. I was hoping they both gonna be online all this year, but my husband didn't want it, and now he's getting a little bit scared because of the situation in Ivan's school, my son's school, high school. So yes, we're gonna keep him at home online classes, and he actually loves online classes because that's what they do. That's what they did on the end of the year last season. They finish in online and they actually like better. So Catherine, for now, she is going to school till it's all good. So finger crossed, her school not gonna get anything. Okay, so from this point, I think I'm just gonna start like from here and go wiggle all the way around. And I'm gonna go this way, stitch this few, and come back. Maybe even like, we'll see. Let's just get to this point. So yeah, it's very scary because when he came home, and I was like, oh my God, are we all gonna get it now? Thankfully, that was in some different class far away from him, and school is big, so that's it. No more school for him, only online classes. And I hope the kids that got it get recovered quick, so is their family, because now it's going to be difficult for them to stay in quarantine. Now they have to contact everyone who was in contact with them. That's chaos. So stay home, watch my videos, stay safe. And I will entertain you. I don't know with what. Very fun image to work on. That I can't even go sleep. I want to stitch more and more. This is so addictive. That's crazy. And I kind of try to figure out how many stitches I did when I look, for example, on my pattern, right? So in one of the square, it's 100 stitches. So when I look at this tomato, right, so it's 100, 2, 3, 4, so 5 between here and here and here a little bit, it's going to be like a 5. So approximately, right, it's like over 2,000 stitches I already created. Now it's even more, probably close to 3,000. Doesn't look like a lot, but when you think how many stitches you made, if it's a 3,000 cross stitches, it's mean 6,000 half stitches, and I was working with one hand, not like right now with two. So that's something to think of. That's a lot already, and it's a good size. I will find somewhere maybe a round frame, or I will create some cute little pillow. Well, pillow probably not going to be good because it's kind of vegetables. It's if some kind of like a flowers, that would, you can create a little round pillowcase. But for this one, I will place somewhere in the kitchen. So I will find or a round frame or bigger wooden hoops, like for cross stitching, and just leave it in it. Usually kitchen collect dust and grease with time, so I don't know, would be of course better to protect behind the glass. Still thinking. Now how to stitch with two hands. I was listening to some cross stitches because I wanted to learn how to stitch with two hands. They say whatever is your stronger hand, for example, I'm right-handed, so my right hand should be go under the canvas because it would be easy for me to kind of automatically find the hole under the canvas. If I'm not left-handed and I will try to do underneath with my left hand, I would probably spend lots of time to try to find a hole where to put my needle through. So that's why they make a sense. Put your stronger hand in a blind spot, and then you will see better how to work. That's a little tip for you as well. In this point right now, let's see. No, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna explain it to you because I can't zoom any close. It feels like when you go up and down, sometimes threads start to kind of like twist, and you can see the difference how it's layered. So I just kind of sometimes like pull it back and then readjust, and then literally kind of like unturn my needle the other way, or just like a let loose to untangle so it doesn't curl up in here. And the stitches will layer now properly next to each other instead of thread being like twisted, you know what I mean? Usually it's more happening when thread already short, and that's when it starts to curl up. Not curled up, I guess the way you grab the needle, your fingers twist in the needle and threads looks like twisted. So just let loose and keep going. Yeah, that's a lot of spooky noises. Okay, so I got in here now to the end, and what I will do, I'm gonna put this last last few stitches in here, and I will go to the or maybe not. Do I want to stitch now this part or just go this way? You know what, I'm gonna go this way back. Why? Because my thread already short. It will be finished soon anyway, so might as well just continue here, and then later I start later on this part. Please make sure all your stitches are layering in the same direction. Okay, I'm just gonna use right now one hand, because usually, because it's not comfortable to work with one hand, that's why it's crawling up. I still not comfortable to work with left hand. Yeah, make sure your second stitch point in the same direction always. Mine always go this way, so everyone should face the same way. If it's faced different way, your stitching will look messy, and it's kind of very visual, like you will see that it's your cross go in the wrong direction. It's visible and doesn't make a pretty look. Oh, my puppy curled up next to me here. Oh, what are you doing? Oh my god, I have to grab a camera and show you. Hold on, we go for a ride. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Where he is, where he is. Oh, hold on, where is it? He's laying upside down. Oh, I know how to show you. Hold on. I need to zoom out my camera. Oh, the other way. The other way. And then look at him laying upside down. Upside down. Buddy, what you doing? Hey, you're upside down. That's his spot guarding me. You're upside down. You're upside down. Your cheek is falling. He's funny. He's funny. He's funny. Oh, now Cat saw me playing with Puppy. Oh, really? Now you here? Really? What do you want? Where are you? Hold on. What? What do you want? Hey, what? You have treats today already. What? You didn't have a treat? What are you talking about? Ah, really? So that's it for the video? Because my 4 babies miss me? Okay, I will see you all next time. This one is out. To make you sleep, it's... What? Oh my goodness, what? Are you on a chair now? What? What? No, that's it. He's gonna talk to me now, ears off. I have to go. Alright guys, I will see you in my next episode of cross stitching. And here's so far what we have. Absolutely gorgeous, juicy tomato. Yes, I know, Shadow, you love it. See you next time. Shadow, say bye.